So, with that said, where to? I think I want to go to Thieves Town, or the Village of Outcasts, I guess it's called. I guess I'll do Thieves Town, the dungeon, as well. I have Hammer, so I can get all the items in there. I think there are 3 items in that place to get. The interesting thing with the Dark World is that a lot of the dungeons have multiple items that you can pick up within them, so it can be kind of tricky to remember where all the stuff is. If you want to get full magic, then you can hit that tree with a dash, and you will always get the full container out of that. Of course, there would be a dude in there. So without the sword, not the sword though, without Titan's Mitt I can't get Tempered Sword. So that is one of the big things to look for just now, is Titan's Mitt. It's definitely possible that it's still in the same dungeon it normally is. Also, chess game has been fixed. You always get 100 rupees on the first go, and opening the second chest gives you the item, which in this case was only 20 rupees. But yeah, it's fixed, so you always get the reward here. So keep that in mind whenever you go ahead and do this stuff yourself. Similarly, Shovel Game is always fixed so that you get the item on the 15th dig. So, yeah, just keep digging until you get it. If it's a rupee or something like that, you'll know because it doesn't actually have any animation on it. So, it's easy enough to tell that, oh, this is the item I'm supposed to have, because unlike all the other rupees, it will not be glistening. Alright, so, Thieves Town. Kind of annoying doing this without, kind of annoying doing this without Red Shield, because Blind is sort of a thing with what I have in them, and I actually don't have any protective items either. Quite often by this stage, really, I would have Magic Cape or Cane of Burner. Those help a lot when you're fighting Blind, so not having those is a little bit of a nuisance. It's not the end of the world, it's just, yeah, it's going to be an irritation. Hopefully with my fairy and my blue potions and stuff I won't actually have to worry about that though. I don't have magic powder, so I'm not... Wow, all the heart pieces. I'm not able to get more fairies right now. Oh, you actually can't click on it. For some reason I always thought that you could click on that thing with the hookshot. Whatever. So there's a decent bit of light in this room. That's all the chests in the first area, so you just go straight up for the second section here. You do want to make sure you grab the small key here, because you might need that for chests later on. There's only one more item to get in this dungeon, so I'm generally pretty okay with what I have right now. Here, Hookshot is really useful just for getting past that. This is one of the more annoying rooms of the game because it's really tricky to get up here without taking a lot of damage, especially when that guy is all the way at the top. Whatever. Hookshot kind of worked out a bit. So here, just abuse invincibility. I actually don't know if I was going to get hit there anyway, but just abuse the invincibility, get up there a little bit quicker. And I need the bombs out for the next section, so... I don't think... Did I actually have any dungeon items yet? Oh, these guys do like 2 full hearts of damage if you get hit by them. They're really stupid, to be honest. Way too powerful an enemy. Yo, nice fire rod, okay. So, I actually don't need to open any more chests in this dungeon, because there's only 2 more. There's the big chest, and there's the one in Blind Cell. And both of those have to be dungeon items. One of them has to be the map, one of them has to be the compass. I don't need to open either of them because I know this already. So that's good. It's nice to have all the items already. Also, I am getting completely destroyed here. Blind is probably going to kill me because I'm not in the best of situations health-wise right now. But it's okay because I have a fairy, so not really too fussed about that. It's just a shame because, again, I don't have level 2 shield right now, which would help block the fireballs, and that is actually very helpful for the fight. Ah, well, especially if I'm going to get hit by him. I was hoping to use him to get a heart, but obviously not. There's a couple of hearts in here. I don't think the fire rod does anything to blind. I forgot that guy was there. That would have been really nice if I had magic powder, because I could have used that to get a fairy. But yeah, you can use those things to get fairies if they haven't been moving yet. I'm pretty sure there's another heart there. There is one more heart that I deliberately left outside of Blind's room, so that I can get, which is fine, but there's not a whole lot of scope for resources here, which is a little bit scary. Alright, so Blind, also known as that one Toho boss. Because, yeah, it actually doesn't matter what level sword you have against this guy. All attacks will do the same, no matter what the stage of sword you have. So that is a thing to keep in mind. Looks like, yeah, he's going to go down the bottom and just poke a little bit more, get lasered in the face in the meantime. I actually didn't get killed. Sort of surprised at that. I have done extremely badly at this boss in the past. It's kind of nice not to be doing so badly this time. Okay, with the fire rod in tow, we're able to go to Skull Woods as well, which I think is worth it just now whilst we're up here. It's kind of annoying doing it with only one. What am I trying to say? It's kind of annoying doing it with only one item involved in it and having to go like all the way around it. But oh, I keep running into that stupid tree. In order to actually go into Skullwood, you've got to kind of go in specific things in the map here, which is a little bit dumb, but what can you do? Also doing this with only level 2 sword instead of level 3. At least it's not Butter Sword, because that's kind of glitched against him. The Golden Sword actually doesn't do damage to Mothra. Oh, whoops, and I get felled in. So, I think the quickest way around this place is to get the items from here. You can get that chest, I'll get that chest when I come down. Kind of do want to have the fire rod out here, I think, because the mummies are really, really annoying, even when you have like level 3 or 4 sword. The Gibdos, as they are, they're still really painful. Actually, I think I should have just grabbed this one first. I don't know. Big key is nice. That means I don't have to go anywhere else in order to get the big chest here. There's a lot of keys that you don't really need. There's one item that's in the room, you know, down one, right one, or basically down underneath here. That absolutely has to be a small key, because it's possible to fall into that room. And if you do that, then you will not be able to get out unless you have a small key. Also, you're supposed to fall down into here, but if you've got the hookshot, you can use the hookshot to get across here, no problem. And this lets you get the big chest without having to do a bomb jump that I honestly have done once. It took me about 9 attempts to do. There's the dungeon map, so we are going to have to look for the big key as well. That's annoying, but what can you do? Without Cane of Samaria, we actually do have to do the puzzle as well, so little bit of irritation of the stuff there. Again, if you've got more items before coming in here, you can do some neat little shortcuts with, say, using the Cane of Samaria instead of pushing the block. And pushing the statue that we're going to have to push here to get normally the big key. Oh. Let's just burn these guys though, because they are going to get in the way if I don't. So yeah, you have to pull this thing. Probably want to make sure that you have enough space to get up above it first. And this Wallmaster makes it kind of annoying. But again, if you have Cane of Samaria, then you can just put that on the switch there, and it's fine. Don't open that thing at the top, it's nothing useful. Small key means I have to open the one chest that's in the other part of the dungeon as well. But at least because we have the... because we are not needing to go back to the rest of this dungeon, I can kind of skip past stuff here. There's a key in the top left thing there. If you're just speeding through this dungeon, you don't need anything except that key. So if you're doing this dungeon after you've already established that you have enough items to finish the game, then just go ahead, go into that particular part, grab that key, and be done with it. Like I said though, unfortunately I do have to go ahead and do this part of the dungeon as well, which is a bit annoying. I have kind of learned my way around that a bit more now, so it's okay, but yeah, there's one item that I need to get from there, and this is the main item for the place, and it is money. Wah wah. That happens way more often than it should, but yeah, now we know that I don't have to get any more chests and stuff here. So this room, you're supposed to go a whole big old long way around, but you can kind of just like walk on the side there and get it done that way. I'm gonna hope that I don't have to use a potion here. Oh, I killed both of those in one shot. And I don't need to use a potion. Good job. Okay. Would help if I didn't miss my fire rod though. You get 8 shots of fire rod, and that's actually really important against Cold Stare in Dungeon 5, because his thing takes 8 shots to kill. Also, if I'd have grabbed that key, then I wouldn't have had to kill the Gibdo here. So maybe it would have been a good idea to grab that key. Oh well, whatever. Grab ourselves a tiny bit of extra magic here. The other pot there has arrows, and I have no idea why, because arrows don't work against Morphula. I said Morphula? Is it Morphula or Mothra? I always thought it was Mothra, but maybe it's Morphula. Either way, I am getting kind of wrecked, but at the same time I'm doing a ton of damage, so who really cares, right? So that's fine. Get ourselves another crystal. So not doing too badly. I know they're kind of the quicker dungeons, but just over an hour, 2 dungeons done. Feeling pretty okay about that. So from here, where do we want to go? We want to go probably back to the light world. I think, is this somewhere I can walk to? Yeah, it is. So I think the best place to go from here is around the bottom part of Thieves Town. So we need this out, and yeah, we can go this way around. I can also get Bombos whilst I'm down here, or the tablet for Bombos. There's actually a few things that we can get around here, so this is a pretty good walk point to get to. So the first thing to get here is an obscure little cave on this side, which has a dude in it. The dude gives you 1 chest, one item, and then there's 4 chests in behind him. This is a big money spot in the main game, like the regular game. It's got regular boomerang this time. You can actually switch between regular and magical boomerang in the randomizer. Oh man, that was not really worth it. Yeah, you can switch between the two with the Y button, because they've got the improved inventory mod in. You may have noticed that during the potion, like the bottle changing and stuff like that. There's no annoying bottle menu for that. That's a really welcome change. I don't have flippers, so I can't do Swamp Palace yet, but I can go ahead and get the tablet that's down here. So yeah, what was that thing? Yeah, rupee spot with that guy at the top there is kind of cool. I do have Book of Medora, so yeah, let's just go ahead and grab ourselves a thing. So even though it plays the Bombos animation and stuff here, it is randomized, so we'll see what we get out of this, and we get money. If the 20 rupees or something like that drops from that, it really bugs out. We might get to see that as we go. I don't know. It's kind of funny, but yeah, the Swamp Palace I can't do right now, but we can get a lot of stuff around the outskirts of Dark World here. Most notably, like the first thing we're going to get is the item from the flute kit. Because that is randomized as well. Obviously we've already picked up the shovel before, so it won't be that. So we can grab ourselves a thing, and that thing is 10 arrows. I don't know quite what he expects me to do with 10 arrows, but okay. And then there's one heart piece that you get down here, which you have to warp into the light world to get. So keep that one in mind as well. This is often missed item. It is just money this time. I'm not even going to pick it up because I don't need it. But yeah, it is a relatively easy to miss item, that one. So there is that. And then there's Shovel Game, which I didn't do because I didn't drop down this side, simply because I couldn't get back up if I did. It would have been really annoying to drop down here and go, oh wait, I need backup. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So grab our stuff, and even if you don't have a shovel, of course, you can do this game without too much issue. Oh, for some reason Link always seems to do that with me. So like I said, 15th one is where the item is in this. It is 50 rupees this time, so you can see it's definitely different from what we had before. Normally that would be a piece of heart if it was the item. I think from here I want to just mirror back out and get the not Swamp Palace, go to the Eastern Palace teleporter, and we'll just go from there. I have all the items required to beat Dark Palace, or Palace of Darkness, so we'll do that now, because that'll lead into me going to other places afterwards. With Palace of Darkness being done, I can go to the Zora, I can go to Catfish, I can then go to Zora. These guys are annoying. They do so much damage, and unlike the birds in the light world, they persist. They just like hound you for years. It's really annoying. Not having Cane of Samaria at the moment is a bit of a pain. I can't actually get Cane of Samaria until I have Titansmith. Also, this guy's text gets skipped in version 7, it's pretty great. Yeah, I can't get Cane of Samaria without the mitts, because the Cane of Samaria was up on that platform thing that you need to warp from the Dark World to get to on Death Mountain, and the only warps to the right hand side of Death Mountain, Dark World wise, both of them require Titansmith. So that is the main item we're looking for at the moment. Without Titansmith, I also can't do dungeons 5 and 6, so you know, kind of a big problem there. I can't even do Misery Mire anyway right now because I don't have any medallions whatsoever. Bit of an interesting conundrum, that. The required medallions are also randomized. That's perfect. If there's a small key in that chest, then you get to do the optimal dungeon route here, which is really good. I said route instead of route for some reason. I've been hanging around other people too much. Yeah, normally I would say route with that, but yeah, you get to do the optimal pathway, which is getting this one. That gives you another small key that you can use for what? No, not hammer, bombs. Yeah, you can use this small key to get stuff over here, bomb this place, and you can get what the big key normally is. And then you drop down, you get what the small key is down there, you use the teleporter, you go around the other side and go from there. If you don't have the bow, you cannot complete this dungeon, so this is one case of soft locking that I've had before, where the bow has been deep within this dungeon, and the first item was not a small key, which it normally is if you don't play Rando. So there's a lot of small keys in this place though. I mean a lot of small keys. So don't be surprised if most of your chests are that. So here we just want to use the Pegasus boots. You can use bombs if you don't have Pegasus boots so far, which is definitely possible. But if you have them, obviously Pegasus boots are way quicker to use than a bomb here. That guy is why you can't do this without. That's why you can't do this without the the bow, because you can, like the Red Igor in the Light World, you cannot kill that guy unless you have bow. That's fine. This guy's getting in the way. Cane of Burner, okay. Wish I had that for blind, but you know, I didn't really need it in the end, so I guess it's okay. Since we're here, this is where having the hammer before coming in is really, really good, because you get to just kind of shortcut stuff here. And unfortunately, we do have to kind of fight our way through this, though. And these guys aren't going to leave me alone. Wow, that was annoying. Yeah, these things do a lot of damage too. Ugh. Playing so badly. We need to set a bomb. It's the only thing that actually lets us get back over here. Apologies if the controller clacking is like ultra loud, by the way. I know it's going to be audible, but if it's too loud, well, I'm sorry. There's not really a whole lot I can do about that, but you know. I do not have big keys, so it's not really worth going over there just yet. We'll get the stuff here first. I often make that mistake where I end up having going through there without big key, and it's just like, oh, now I kind of have to not get the stuff. Oh. So if you don't have the lamp, there are two chests in the dark room over on the other side, which are really annoying to get. If you have the fire rod, you can at least see your way through this place. There's the big key, which is fine. But if you don't have the lamp, then you cannot see in the dark at that stage. Which basically means that you're doing this blind, and haha, good luck with that. That's all I'm gonna say. So the quick way to do stuff here is to, well, apart from just get shot by that guy apparently, the fast way to go about this is to bomb that in advance, because that saves a lot of effort going around. And these are the last two chests that we have to unlock here. So this one has to be small key, because in version 6 big chests cannot have a small key. In version 7 they can, so that's kind of interesting. And this is red mail. Okay, that's an interesting development. Now we have quarter damage, which is pretty strong, to be honest. There's a lot of things in this game that do set damage, so that actually won't affect all the things, but it's still a very powerful augment to have. I'm very much appreciating having that right now. So here, there's a little trick you can do like that, so that you can get yourself set up to speed over that. I'm going to take the hearts here because I'm probably going to end up needing them by the time we get this done. And because I don't have Cane of Samaria, I have to push the statue up here. Most of my runs have had Cane of Samaria by this point, but we know where the cane is, we just have to go and get it once we have the item available. So yeah, that guy obviously spits a fireball at you if you get too close. I'm just going to take the damage here and switch to me hammer. So the hammer is what you need to finish this dungeon off. All of the stuff down below. I mean, you need some sort of projectile left to hit a crystal switch, but obviously we have plenty of those. Magical Boomerang I think is the quickest one. Because yeah, you need to hit that switch. So just use that. If you do have Magical Boomerang, this is one of the few times it's actually really good. Because it gets over there and it's so fast at doing so. So then here... didn't quite get the kill. Normally I have Tempered Sword when coming down here, so these guys are a little bit easier to deal with. But without Tempered Sword, you kind of have to try and kill them with a hammer. Killing them with the hammer is a double-edged sword, because if you miss and you end up hitting just in front of them, then, you know, they're going to get back up and you're going to be very sad. Speaking of stuff here, Giant Helm Saw. You can use bombs against this thing. It takes like 4 bombs to explode the shell, the helmet. But that is a pretty freaking difficult thing to set up, and it lags the game a lot as well. So Don't do that. It's funny, but don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm pretty bad at moving up to where he is when he's doing that stuff, so... I don't know, can you actually fire on this guy? Let's find out. Nope, you cannot fire on him. That's fine. Ah, why can I not hit the crystal? Hit crystal! Again, I normally have Temper Sword here, so we take significantly less hits. If you have managed to get the silver arrows by the time you get to this boss, then you will actually just be able to one-shot the second phase with a silver arrow. You could also just use Golden Sword, and I think it takes 3 hits to kill, 2 hits with a spin attack or something like that. But if you have silver arrows, then you can one-shot it with the stuff there. As you've obviously been noticing by now, all of the text is skipped for getting medallions and all of that fun stuff, so very, very nice.